Concern continues to grow over the GenX chemical found in the Cape Fear River.
State officials are considering testing vegetable gardens of residents who live near the Chemours plant.
Wilmington City Council a short time ago approved a resolution that backs a request to stop the production of GenX.
One of the big keys that I know we have here in the state and we have at the federal level is that our regulatory agencies, those that are really in charge of protecting our water resources, are continuing to be underfunded.
And testing showed the water treatment process was not removing the potentially toxic contaminant. Well, since then, the state has banned the manufacturer from discharging any GenX into the river. But last month, there was a spill and another spike in contamination levels, and the state then banned Chemours from letting any of its GenX wastewater flow into the river.
In another study, scientists found GenX in rainwater on UNCW's campus.
The chemical, which has caused cancer in mice, has turned up in a beekeeper's honey.
For now, scientists are using state funding to examine the natural concentrations of GenX in oysters.
His and 10 other wells tested higher than what the state deems safe for drinking.
News reports of a little-known drinking water contaminant called GenX have been growing, from chemically tainted tap water in Wilmington, North Carolina, up the Cape Fear River to Fayetteville, where it's been found in groundwater wells. Lawmakers are discussing it in Raleigh, and compounds similar to the chemical GenX are turning up in waters around Durham, Greensboro, and beyond the state of North Carolina to West Virginia and even the Netherlands. What is GenX? Where is it coming from? What harm can it do? And how can it be fixed? So, how did we get here? And what can be done to fix it? To begin with, the law allows companies to dump almost all chemical contaminants into our surface waters without first making sure they're safe. Contaminants like GenX are largely unregulated, which limits the range of regulatory options available to government agencies tasked with protecting the environment and human health. On top of that, those same agencies have faced draconian budget cuts and lack the staff and resources to adequately manage pollution permits, test water, and do what's necessary to enforce the law and inform the public. Over the past 10 years, the Department of Environmental Quality has seen its budget shrink by 62%. For context, the state budget as a whole has grown 13% in the same period. The department in charge of water quality lost a third of its employees between 2009 and 2016, and 70 positions have been cut in just the last 4 years. Some of these positions are in charge of inspecting and managing the discharge permits polluters are granted to release a certain amount of pollutants into the water. Without the necessary staff available to review them, around 40% of the state's discharge permits are expired and on backlog, which means polluters get to keep discharging under the old terms. Last year, just after the Department of Environmental Quality began looking into the GenX contamination in the Cape Fear, lawmakers ordered the agency to cut another $1.8 million from its budget. Cuts to regulatory agencies hurt. Without men and women out there testing our drinking water and the surface waters of our rivers, and managing permits and researching health goals, we are exposed to a variety of different contaminants on a daily basis. GenX isn't alone. There are thousands of unregulated chemicals being poured into our rivers every day, and scientists know very little about them yet. It's time to get serious about keeping North Carolina safe from chemical dumping.